Wow, that is so cool. I love Easter Sunday and the amazing gift of Jesus dying on the cross for us and rising from the dead. And you know what? It's just when thinking about that punishment that Jesus went through, and I've been in the moment where I know that I have deserved punishment. I mean, when I was at school, my friends and I, we had this game where we would take our football to school and we would kind of like swing it around and we'd do stunts with it and we'd launch it across the playground and catch it to each other. And I thought it was really cool one day whilst we were playing with our football, because we weren't allowed to play football, but we could still play with it in a bag, because that isn't technically playing football, is it? So, and I would like swing it around, and I decided I was some kind of robot windmill, and I started flying like this across the playground as I went up to my friend called Sanzi, and I just walloped him on the head because I thought it would be funny. And fortunately, what I thought was funny was not. I actually ended up hurting my friend. In fact, I knocked him unconscious, which was a bit of a problem. And the dinner ladies in the playground were not too pleased with my actions. And I was sent straight to the headmaster's office. Now, this was a very scary place to be. I don't know if any of you out there have ever been sent to see the head teacher, but it's a very, very cold corridor at my school. And I had to stand there and I had to stand against the wall and wait for the headmaster to come and see me. Now, I was only playing with my friend, but I had knocked him unconscious. And so there was punishment that was coming. And everybody had seen me in the playground. The dinner lady had seen me in the playground. And I was busted. I was caught red-handed. I could not get out of this. And I've got to be honest, stood in that corridor, up against the wall, I started to cry because I knew what was coming. I knew there was going to be punishment. I knew that I would have to, there's going to phone my parents. And I don't know if you've ever been in that moment of knowing that punishment is coming and that you're going to have to face the consequences. And it was really tough of being in that moment. And it's kind of what makes God's awesome rescue plan so amazing is that all of us have sinned. We've all done things wrong. And there's no point trying to hide it. There's no point trying to point at somebody else's sin or what somebody else has done wrong and say, well, they've done more wrong than me, because if we're all honest, we all know that we've sinned. In fact, the Bible says all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And what that means is that God is perfect and we are not, because we make mistakes and we've messed up sometimes. But what I love about God's awesome rescue plan, if you remember, we've been looking over the past few weeks how Adam was the first one to sin, the first one to mess up and deserve punishment. And, we're all imperfect like that, and we deserve punishment too. God's awesome rescue plan, he sent Jesus to be perfect. And instead of us going to prison, being punished for our crimes and the things that we've done wrong and having to face all these consequences, and the main consequence of being separated from God, Jesus was like, if Jesus can live a perfect life, the Son of God could live and then step into our punishment, then sin could be dealt with forever. How amazing is that? Jesus stepped in when he died on the cross to take our punishment. For all the sin you've ever done, for all the mistakes you might make in the future, for Adam's sin, for my sin, for your mum and dad's sin, all our sin, Jesus took the punishment. Oh, how amazing is that? I kind of wish if I'd have been in that corridor outside the headmaster's office, if Jesus had have walked up and stood in there. But more than that, more than not getting a phone call home from my mum, to my mum from the headmaster, when Jesus took the punishment, it meant that my sin didn't have to stop me being friends with God anymore. And the way we were created for relationship, Remember, we've been talking, God made us not to be robots, to be friends. And now, by accepting the free gift of God's awesome rescue plan, of Jesus taking the punishment for our sin, we can be friends with God again. How amazing with that? It's like the best gift ever, right? The best gift. Now, I've got a pretty awesome gift here that looks pretty amazing. And the thing about a gift is, I could say, ooh, nice gift, and then walk away without opening it. Now, my wife gets very mad at me because I like to leave my gifts until a time where I can enjoy it. I don't like to open them all in the morning on my birthday. I like to save some for later on so that I can enjoy it. And Sarah's like, what are you doing? You have a gift right there. Just open it, please. But I like to enjoy it and take it in at the right time. Anyway, sometimes the gift of Jesus that is God's awesome rescue plan, taking that punishment, he's not going to force that on you. He's not going to force you to be his friend. It wouldn't be a very good friend if you were being forced to be someone's friend, would it? And Jesus is like that. He's the best friend you could ever have. So he's not going to force you. But there is a free gift that comes with accepting Jesus. I'm just going to try and open this now. Oh, it's very well wrapped up. And there you have the amazing gift that is God's awesome rescue plan. And when you accept that gift of forgiveness and Jesus taking the punishment for us, it brings joy, it brings friendship with God, it brings forgiveness, it brings peace, it brings love, all these amazing things that comes with the free gift of God's awesome rescue plan. Now that is worth celebrating at Easter. And I want you to think about it this Easter. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to be eating as much chocolate as I possibly can this afternoon. But I want you to pause and think about God's awesome rescue plan and the gift that he's given to us. And Jesus taking our punishment so we can live as God's friends.